All right, so we're back here. Now we're on part 3. We're on the 3rd page, and we're talking about the game of roulette. Now, roulette is a little bit different from cards. Roulette is where they spin the wheel and they put a ball in there, and wherever the ball lands, that's the number. A roulette board looks something like this, and there are a ton of different bets that you can make. You can bet on individual numbers. So if 8 is your lucky number, that's my favorite number, then I can bet on that specific number. I can bet on red or black, that the ball lands on a red or black spot. I can bet even or odd. I can bet that the number is in the first 12, 1 to 12, or 13 to 24, or 25 to 36. I can even bet these columns here, this column, this one, this one. I can bet on the 0 or the double 0. So, let's figure out some probabilities here. For one spin of the wheel, what is the probability that it lands on black? Now you might think, oh, it's 50-50, right? Wrong. And this is how the casino, if you ever play this at a casino, the reason why the casino makes money on roulette is because the game is designed for you to lose. Now we'll get more into that on a different day. But you tend to think of, well, it's either red or it's black, so it's got to be 50-50. But that is not true, because typically on a roulette wheel you have 2 extra numbers, the green numbers, 0 and double 0. If you bet on anything here on the board and it hits 0 or double 0, everybody loses. And that's the casino's advantage, because it's not 50%, it's a little bit less than 50-50. So what's the probability of black? Well, you have a total of 36 numbers, 1 to 36. Half of them are red and half of them are black. So that means there are 18 black numbers. But it's not out of 36 values, because there are a total of 38 values, of 38 numbers, because I have to include the 0 and the double 0. Now that reduces, if you divide these by 2, what you get is 9 over 19, which is 0.474. So you might think of this as you have 50-50 odds. You do not. You have 47%. You do not have 50% chance every time the ball rolls. That's how the casino wins money in the end. You might win in the short term, but in the long run, if you keep playing over and over, this is how the casino has its advantage. So what's the probability of red? Well, again, half the numbers are red from 1 to 36. So half of 36 is 18. Out of, it's not 36 numbers. It's 38 numbers, including the zeros. Again, 0.474. Now what's the probability that you get a 0? Now that could be a 0 or a double 0. Well, you have 2 of them. Okay, there are 2 zeros here on the wheel out of 38 total numbers. So that reduces to 1/19, which is 0.053. So about a 5% chance. By the way, this number will come up big when we talk about expected value. This is actually the casino's advantage. They have a 5% advantage over you in roulette. What's the probability of an even number? Well, the zeros do not count for evens, so it would be 2, 4, 6, 8. In other words, it would be half of these numbers here. So half of 36 is 18 over 38. And what you'll notice is that we kind of get the same values. They pop up a lot. The probability of an odd number, well, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 18 of those, up to 35. Out of 38, 0.474. What's the probability that you get a 1 to 12? Now what that means is that you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there are 12 ways to succeed out of 38 possible values. So that would reduce to 4 out of 19, which is about 21%, 0.211. What's the probability of a corner? Now what I mean by that, there are different kinds of bets you can make on the board. I can pick an individual number, but I can also pick a corner. And what I mean by that is, let's say I want to pick this corner right here. Okay, I know that's kind of hard to see. That corner is touching 4 numbers right there. 13, 14, 16, and 17. So if I pick that corner, if I put my bet down there and any of those come up, I win. Well, there are 4 of those. 4 numbers could help me out of 38. So 4 out of 38, that reduces to 2 over 19, which is about 0.105, about 10.5% right there. You can also do what's called betting the line. A line would be going all the way across like a 7, 8, 9. So coming back up here, the probability of that, 7, 8, 9. That would be a line bet. I could do 19, 20, and 21. So if I do a line bet that I'm betting on 3 numbers, any of those numbers would help me. So 3 ways to succeed out of 38, and that is 0.079. Okay, and I'm rounding these decimals. You can type the fractions in if you want to check my math on that. So it's about 8%. The thing you have to understand, okay, if you ever go to a casino, every game is designed for you to lose. It doesn't mean you can't win. You may get lucky. You may hit red 7 times in a row. But the next time the spin happens, it's like the memory gets reset. The odds don't change. Every time you spin, if you bet on red, you got a 47% chance of winning. That's not 50%. It's not even. So in the long run, the casino is going to defeat you for that. Now sometimes, depending on where you go, there may only be 1 0 on the roulette wheel. There may only be 1 green value. If you have a choice between playing where there's 1 green and 2 greens, choose the 1 green. That is going to give you better odds. You have better probabilities of winning. The casino still has the advantage, but the advantage is not the same amount. And that is the end of the notes.